The hike in the prices of petroleum gas known as cooking gas has forced many Nigerians to go back to the traditional method of cooking. A local street vendor and mother of 5 says he can no longer afford the expensive gas cylinder. The price of a 12.5 kg cylinder of cooking gas jumped to over 6,000 naira in some parts of Lagos, drawing bitter complaints from domestic consumers. Details of that in this report.
It's almost dinner time at the Danjuma home, and 42-year-old mother of 5, Abigail Danjuma, struggles to flame up the firewood for her cooking, an alternative to which she's resorted owing to the soaring price of cooking gas. A 12.5 kilogram cylinder of cooking gas rose from 3,200 naira in August of 2020 to an average 6,000 naira now. For families like Abigail Danjuma's, cooking gas has become a luxury they can no longer afford.
The price of gas has doubled. We can't even afford to refill our cylinders. That's why we choose other cooking alternatives. We usually buy for 200 naira, which lasts for several days. However, the challenges of using firewood is the smoke which chokes us and makes us cough. It also affects my eyes.
Over 90 million of Nigeria's 200 million strong population live below the poverty line of $1 a day. It's exacerbated by the COVID-induced unemployment, rising inflation, among other factors, leaving many like Abigail with cooking options that put them at risk of falling sick.
The lungs have their own defense mechanism. They tend to have a way of bringing out sputum, which we cough out, and clearing the airway. When someone has inhaled smoke for a long time, this defense mechanism of the lungs tend to be reduced, and so the person is more susceptible to viruses and bacterial infections of the lungs. So even though we've not yet done studies, but we can say that it could worsen the effects of corona for people who get exposed to the virus, or it could also, make people more susceptible.
Aside the health hazards, the environmental safety is also being threatened.
One of the major causes of climate change, that is the use of firewood. Any country that depends solely on firewood for energy is actually causing danger to its citizens and to its own environment. When you pollute the environment with smoke, it rises, it depletes the ozone layer, and exposes us to more dangerous rays, from the skies. It also depletes the soil fertility because the topsoil is burnt off through this unregulated burning of either trees or bushes. And since the soil is threatened, you see that even the fertility of the soil is compromised.
Gas marketers, in a statement, attributed the rising cost of a commodity to the government's reimposition of VAT on imports. Nigeria produces only 40% of its total gas consumption. The rest is imported. But the government says it's rolling out an elaborate plan to boost the use of gas from 5% to 90% over the next 10 years. It's a plan that would steer people away from the use of harmful cooking fuels to more efficient and cleaner energy sources.